Hello, and welcome to Pillars of Eternity. Seems like the Crucible Knights wanted to speak with me, so where is their leader? Run here. Albania Feingerst, a hero. Okay, let's take a look. Obaina Pigiest, a hero of Saints' War, has arrived at the stronghold. She has asked for audience with you. She was nearly set up on brigands on the road, but your patrol intervened. Okay, is that good or bad? Are you gonna give me a reward? Prestigious villager, okay. We have a week until we return there. How can I be of assistance? Is there more you needed me to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more.
However, it's been brought to my attention that you're close allies of the Dual Males. As much as I appreciate your help, we simply can't associate with criminals. Why, you cheeky little son of a... Is that the guy we need to kill, by the way?
That didn't work! Need to try something.
Paralyze him. Oh, that didn't work. Great. Is he dead? Yes. Good work, oh. Crucible Knight's officer armor. Cool. Okay, that was the game, right? Yes. It was the altar I was supposed to leave that thing. Not the corpse, yeah. Okay. 1000 token. Let's get out of here. Wood skin. We do need to check on those patrols, don't we? In Heritage Hill. Let's go back to the gift. And actually, let's see if there are any more quests we need to finish. Supply and demand. Steer thugs harassing prostitutes. Yeah, we have taken that at all costs. We have to do this. A Wailing Banshee. Cinders of Fate. Okay. Let's go back to the Undra's gift and see if we can probably do something. We do need to speak with the Dual Males, they are in Blackenberry, so... First, Undra's gift. Yeah, it's gonna be easy, I hope. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Okay, here we are.
Oh, I was a great shot when I had two eyes. I'm much worse now. It's hard for me to judge distances.
Well, you have the luxury of being able to catch dinner without the need of a bow.
Exactly. Why aren't more women complimenting me on that?
This conversation sounds familiar. A salty mast. Go this way. Oh, okay. There's the bronze key. There was this locked door over here, if I'm not mistaken. Do need to go into the lighthouse and finish the quest there. That's gonna be after that.
Greetings.
April wore a definitive expression and a sturdy yet battered suit of armor. She seemed to bear each scratch and ding with pride. Okay, never mind. Everyone here.
Hey.
Good day, stranger.
Yes. I'm here about the trouble in the Soti Mast. Ordinary kids are angry, as they should be, with a crooked armor dollying up the nobles. She's using the tragedy of Woden's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than the Adrian overlords. We drove out 200 years ago. People around here know you to be an honest broker. Made it so only the rich can afford the establishment. Yet she sits in the poorest district of Defiance Bay. How's that fair? We've taken matters into our own hands, but she's the real criminal here. Why don't you tell her to back down? I'm with Maeda. The violence has to stop. I'm sorry that you see that way. And you immediately attack me. Obviously you're the beacon of justice in this world. Harassing thug. Okay.
Need something?
Oh, you're dead. There goes one of you. Okay, you stay back then.
Yeah? Blood man.
And you three, you could probably help. Shoot this guy. That's awesome. And flank overview, take him down. Imagine those guys. Mercy, please. April struggled back, barely on her feet. No, even if I had the choice to arrest you, there was gonna be no mercy for you. You do not deserve to live. Take all you can. Let's go back to the inn and see if she's going to allow me to speak with Sarau now. Anything else I'm missing? Right, the company here. In a moment. I could actually do this right now. No, we'll do it in a moment. Move to the Soti Mast. Just closing the quests, that's all we're doing. You can retain a character from first level to any inn interface. The cost to retain a character increases with their levels. Okay, first talk with you.
Good day to you.
I found the ringleader. She wouldn't be bothering you, or anyone else, anymore. Mia smiled, revealing a row of large dagger-sharp teeth. That's news worth celebrating. Take some copper and enjoy yourself, and should you choose to have your fun here, enjoy my special discount. If you just need to rest, the room is yours for free. A discount? Well, in that case, I can't afford not to sample the house specials. You're all welcome to watch. Anyone? Anyone? He shrugged and continues to search his clothing for coin. Your loss. Can I speak with her? Fancy go with her? I'll give you a special rate of 500. No. You know, let's go and speak with her. I don't care how much she wants.
I'm on the trail.
Not wasting my money on her. So you're not going to allow me to pass? Very well then. Everyone here.
Hey,
Oh,
you're
what
not
fun.
getting.
Get on!
Okay, doubt her will, his will, is gonna be good enough. I want to paralyze this guy. He's already dead.
Dead on!
Well, that was simple enough. Now, do you want to speak? That's a lot of access and barbarian clothing. Silver Fanon. These large silver coin is used for large transactions, okay. And a silver lance. The most common Valian coin found in the Dawood is the silver lance fish, so named for its resemblance to the scale of the fish. The woman shrunk away from me. Get away from me. Give me the ingredient medallion. She looked at the dead guards in disbelief. By the flames, I never would have. She yanked the medallion out of the bodies of Horus and hurls it at you, her lips trembling. Take this piece of junk. Hell, take Twiston and his old damned tribe. Thank you. See, it wasn't that difficult, now was it? Let's take a look at this medallion. What does it actually give you? Might. This medallion is engraved with ancient ingredient symbols. Through the large heavy, it hangs gracefully from a gold chain. It gives you 2 might. I want that medallion for myself. Actually, wait a second. This gives you reflexes. This gives you intelligence. Endurance. We can actually add this for your might. Endurance is cool though. This gives you intelligence if you're... I think you're the one who's supposed to wear this. Will. Just want to see something. Might. Damage and healing plus fortitude. Okay. Let's see if she's gonna make any trouble for me anymore. Just leave me alone. Oh, you're lucky I can't kill you in front of everyone.
Good day to you.
Okay, refreshments. You don't have any dragon mates? Also, you said that the room is free. Maybe I should take advantage of that.
Welcome.
The Shiny Pearl. 1 Constitution, 2 Athletics. And you gave me? 3 Constitution and 2 Athletics. Yeah, my house is so much better than yours. Well, now we have a choice. Either go to the trading company or to the lighthouse. Let's go to the trading company. I don't like ghosts. A valiant soldier. Everyone in? Okay, let's talk, mate.
Hail, traveler.
Were you able to deliver the package? Yes, but the Mouse wants you dead now. The Mouse were there. I was so careful, always following the verifying. They couldn't have known.
Well, well. Is this your last day among the living, Verzano?
Your timing is impeccable, Barginia. The Mouse are after me. Please, you've got to stop them.
As if any of this were ever in my hands. The Republics considered your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals, like House Dominel. You've lost that. And the favor of the Dukes.
Let's not interrupt her.
Even if you get out of this alive, they're done with you. The Dukes have more pressing interest in Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard.
Have mercy, Pelagaya. I don't stand a chance against the Mouse. I've brought failure and shame on myself, but you can't mean to watch your countrymen die like a dog.
Verzano, Verzano. Why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought to whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort to petition the gods to keep him out of hell. So why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it?
She turned her attention to me and raised her feathered eyebrows expectantly. Verzano, you're on your own. I'm leaving after you pay me. No, I want him dead. He betrayed me. Didn't tell me it was illegal. Yeah. It's not the Mouse that need to be worried about.
Do as you will. He's no longer my concern.
Was he ever? Also, why are you supposed to be important? Dana stunters through the door, flanked by a squad of Duhamel foot soldiers. She let her gloved hand rest on the hilt of her weapon. She nodded approvingly at me. Had a change of heart, have we? Don't let me interrupt. She looked at Verzano and traced a line across her throat. Great. Everyone attack here, you attack here, you change and you move over here. Attack this guy, gonna take down this one. Okay, attack here. These two are yours. Let's use this. Be afraid. Nicely done. House Duhamel could always use friends like you, you know. Next time you find yourself in Blackenbury, talk to my brother. Adrakan, you should have a job or two. She whistled to the guards, and they followed her out of the warehouse. What the well holds. This thing expires in 24 hours. Duration 3 turns. A few miles north of Kindle Vale sits a tiny village called Whitworth. So small it is often missed on the map and tax records. The village has a little contract with the rest of Direwood. Despite its tiny size, the village has a long history, dating back to its use as a Glampatian tribe camp, over 3 centuries ago. One of the most prominent features of the community is a deep well, top of which is made from Anguillian Adra. Though not of any religious significance to the Glampatians, all who see it agree that the well is truly ancient. In recent years, locals have reported strange sounds from within the well. Some describe it as animal sounds, others as odd speaking, in a foreign tongue. No one has dared to venture down into the well, but the villagers are becoming nervous about drawing water from it. Though the community has modest resources at their disposal, they have reached out to the nearby lords for assistance. Okay, Kiana, you know what to do. You're our adventurer after all. I do need to return home as well. Forgiveness. I remember this gun. Kiel was considerable in the small Dawoodian village of maiden foes, a good man who fulfilled his duties honorably. He often found himself in violent confrontations with passing ruffians and mercenaries, some to the village to exploit the nearby ruins. Weary with boyish face and an awkward grin, offenders rarely took Kiel seriously. They would mock him, telling him there was no way he was going to put them in jail. You're right, he would pray. I bring forgiveness. Yeah, I remember this. It's a fine gun if I'm not mistaken. Yet? No, it's not fine. Already has a enchantment, damaging one. Oh, if I had one more of those, I might have actually upgraded it. Kraken's Eye. 20,000. There was no way we can upgrade this. Anyway. Take all that you can. Right, let's move to the lighthouse next. I do need to rest, however, I shall do so after we use a lot of spells. Also, we need to check out what kinds of quests we have. Banshee, that's the White House. Need to do this as well. One of the Crucible Knights has met his personal crusade. Yeah, we need to speak with Lord Duhamel afterwards. Let's move to the White House. It's gonna be fine. Where the central hub and the combat log can be minimized. Sure, we need that. Everyone, stealth and go up.
I'll tinker with that. What could go wrong?
Okay, everyone, up here. Go a little bit slower. Either. Come on, Fox. To mark right here.
Hey. Hey.
Okay, take him down.
Need something? Understood.
Wow.
Need some.
Okay, I don't think they can be frightened. Mental binding. Spectres.
I'm here.
Disengagement bonus. Attack the shadow here. Okay, there goes one more of you. Fall back. Need the spectre dead. Okay, guys, move back if you can't move here. Okay, keep on shooting them. Good job. Shade right there.
Ready, Watcher. I'm here.
Need something?
You serious there, game? Bloody hell. Okay. Use this. Hello. Just wait.
I'm here.
This thing isn't doing
Yeah. Why are you doing this again, game? I mean,
the job.
I will need to heal myself. Cool. Right, everyone. Attack this guy.
That didn't work.
Ready, Watcher.
Okay, move in. Where's it, Mac? Okay, good boy. Die already. Excellent.
That's not very helpful.
Oh, that wasn't so bad now, was it? I still hate ghosts.
On the hunt. On the hunt.
Okay, when you activate Wood Skin, does that actually hit me? Because it definitely seems like it.
I'll take a look.
Alright, search for secrets as always. The compounds and fluids in these bottles have separated into distinct layers. Okay. Yellowed and fading maps of the bay around Audra's gift show routes through the lock between the disk case and the hold of the ocean. Carved into the post is the name Malchwith and a series of notches labeled with numbers The lowest notch reads 4 and the highest one reads 17. Evacuation node. The notice is stiff with age and salt. Adrian reinforcements advising immediately evacuate the owner of the gift by order of Duke Herbert. Okay, we actually know this story, so we're not going to read it again. Oh dear.
Quiet.
I need to be very, very silent here. Shivering sobs pierced my ears and rattled the musty rafts of the lighthouse. They emanated from the spectral figure of a woman hovering in the middle of the room. Each of her shoulders unleashed another hair-raising wail. Get a little bit closer. As I approached, the spirit cried to take the threatening edge. The swirling mist around her legs rippled with movement. The black pits in her eyes leveled momentarily with mine. Let's observe Klingawa. We're close enough to notice that the spirit's head is tilted back, even as it loses blood. Curling hollows in the faint movement of its head suggest that it looks towards the window and scanning the horizon. The Klingawa's ghostly hands are stained with something dark. At first you think it's blood, but it's black as ink. Hey, finally leveled up. I don't know. Body Atonement. The cipher probes the mind and soul of an enemy target, finding the strengths and defenses and stealing them for his or her own. Drains a portion of the target's damage reduction, granting the same amount as a bonus to the cipher. Going between. An ally superficially takes on the form of a spirit. Their movement is increased, and many incoming critical hits and grazes are converted to less severe results. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that, so I'm not gonna level you up still. Be ready.
Keeping an eye out.
Logbook. The logbook excels thick clump of dust. 6 Fountain, Foggy Port full, 158 days since the sighting of Red Dream. 12 Fountain Gnome, 2672, heavy rain, 2 fishing boats lost at sea. 164 days since seeing the Red Dream. 1st of Taroton, 2672, dark clouds, Adrian ships on the horizon. 173 days since sighting of the Red Dream. The Red Dream.
I'll tinker with that. What could go wrong?
Cool. I'll give this to Alot for now. You can read about it later. The life and discoveries of Pentagram. And gold. Quite a lot of gold, in fact. Mention the name Pentagram to anyone with even passing knowledge of Anamancy, and you could find yourself in for a long discussion. Publicly revealed, but privately eluded as a hero and genius, Pentagram's history is in terms revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Pentagram was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with concept of Anamancy. It consumed his life as he dedicated everything to understand it. He would frequently travel to Earl Glamfat and the Direwoods to visit the Anguillian ruins. There he would take notes and make sketches, bringing anything back with him that he could to help him unlock the mysteries. After years of study, Pentagram had reached a point where he could no longer conduct research on his own, and he took on an assistant, Halleck of Tain. Soon Halleck was making trips to A.R. Glamfat in Pentagram's stead. gathering knowledge while Pentagram stayed behind to experiment. This partnership quickly bore fruit, and Pentagram made a breakthrough one day, one that would irrevocably change his life and the general attitude of Anansi forever. While the specific of his experiments will never truly be known, the rumors and stories that still circulate tell that he had sent out inquiries asking for live subjects for help with a dangerous experiment that might change their life or might end it. Those who were already dying were especially encouraged to apply. Response was overwhelming, and Pentagram had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is when he had his breakthrough. He discovered a way to fix a soul, anchoring it to a body so it couldn't leave at death. He had discovered eternal life. His research and life work had resulted in the greatest single discovery that Animancy could hope for. His findings were published and quickly spread throughout Valia and beyond, while some groups of Vatican Church, for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy. Many put it to the practice. Everyone wanted a chance at immortality, but everything came with a cost. It quickly became apparent that simply restraining the soul while keeping the person technically alive was doing nothing for the body, which continued to decay, devolving and wrapping the soul's new depths inside it. The creatures it created were dangerous, carnivore beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. The backlash was ruthless. The practice of Pentagram's discoveries was outlawed. His works were collected and buried. He and Haig were branded heretics and hunted, chased from town to town, until Pentagram simply vanished. Halleck was struck down and captured and brought to a trial for the atrocities committed against the Valia and its people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring charges against him, as everyone knew what hand he had played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released as public outrage died down. Not long after his parole, he disappeared as well. Occasionally talk surfaced that a copy of Pentagram's theorems had been found untouched by purging flames and destroyed its brothers. These rumors seldom end up being more than that. Many groups and wealthy individuals have found it sending out a call to anyone who will listen, find us a copy of the theorems. They offer gold, Jews, status, anything that they can to entice adventurers, to help them achieve their goals. But there are those who would give anything to have a chance of immortality, even become monsters themselves. Wow. If I had read that before I found that book, I was not gonna give it to her. For free. Or maybe I would have, but, you know, I was gonna complain that I can't ask for more. Lily Shroud. This cloak feels so light that it's easy to forget you are wearing it. The unmistakable sense of the sea breeze, cool and salty, wafted in the fabric, though mouth-eating and rugged around the edges, it keeps the chill at bay. Its faded color seems to blend in with the surroundings. You found this in the lighthouse of Aldra's Gift. The tower had been inhabited for a century and a half, and its last occupant, the lighthouse keeper, supposedly died there when the Adrians invaded. It was rumored that her spirit haunted the tower still, watching for the ships on the horizon. Okay. So she was looking for something called the Red Dream. Banshee, what the locals refer to as Sengawa, wails and screams in the third floor of the lighthouse. It hasn't attacked me yet, but I'll need to get rid of it one way or another before the tower is safe, for Nain's work. When I got close enough for a good look, I noticed that the spirit seemed to be watching the horizon for something. Its hands were stained with something dark, blood or ink perhaps. Maybe I'll find something nearby that can help me. The last lighthouse keeper kept a log seemingly into the final days of the War of Defiance. This person was also tracked with the appearance of a ship called the Red Dream. Nia might know more about that. Why would she? I mean, she didn't know this place was haunted. Didn't know anything about the legends surrounding it, so I don't see a reason why this woman should have had anything to do with this. But of course she will know because the game needs progression. Or maybe the game is gonna be smart and tell me, hey, why don't you go and ask in the inn? Where else will you find someone? Yeah.
Greetings.
So, have you figured out what the fuss is all about? Have you heard of the Red Dream? Who hasn't? The ship has been running raids for decades now. Used to stop in New Helmar, laden with spoils from retired traders. These days, I hear, spare most of her time throwing the dive fire at Pickle Oak. Nia pointed at the ship anchored in the distance. That's her. When she's at port, her captain, an elf named Merowith, takes her shore leave on the Carrot Barren in the Blackberry. Believe it or not, she likes her creature comforts. That's what I'm talking about, when a pirate won't even set foot in the tavern on his side of town. It is high time for a new establishment. Well, at least that was a smart comeback. We do need to visit Blackberry anyway. Pelagia. Should we speak with her? I mean, I really don't care if she exists.
Ah, it's done then.
Pelagia looked up with satisfaction.
I always knew Vertzano's bad dealings would catch up with him. I didn't expect his end to come from an outsider, but I suppose his ability to offend reached beyond this little circle. In any case, the embassy's entanglements with him have been cut, which also means that I'm free from Vertzano's net of stupidity. You have my thanks.
Are you gonna give me a reward?
Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Valian Republics a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow.
Sure.
You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out. If you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador.
I honestly don't care. Goodbye. She has a very high opinion of herself, doesn't she? I mean, do you remember how we recruited all our companions? Heather? Well, he was there and I found him interesting. Alop, he was the first companion we had. Then I enjoyed his company for a while. Then we had Sagani. Well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have taken her so lightly, but you know, her story seemed interesting. I said we can travel together because she had a quest as well, might as well travel together, right? And then there is Javiaras. Caravias. Every single one of those guys is kinda cool. Kana is the only one I didn't care about, but I would have killed him. Yeah, I would have killed him at some point, but I decided against it. Luckenberry, let's move there. Speak with Lord Duhamel, and then visit the inn. There are 2 quests in there. Might as well finish them off. Remember Durance? Wow, I'm so glad I killed that guy. He seemed incredibly uninteresting. Anyway, I could be mistaken, he could have been amazing, and yet I didn't care that much.
I'll tinker with that. What could go wrong?
Nothing. Just wanted to unlock it. Okay, let's get up here. Get upstairs. And let's take a look. So mate, how are you?
Well done indeed. My contacts in the city already tell me of violent plots between the Crucible Knights and the Dozens. While they distract each other, we'll seize new opportunities for profit and influence. No one will be watching us, and no one will stop us.
That's great. I seem to have misjudged you. Individuals of your ferocity are rare and valued in my house. The Merciless Hand. Okay, I don't know what that is. Pretty sure I've seen lots of ferocity people in this house. Curious. Let it not be said that I neglect my friends. A favor for a favor, then. Consider well what you'd ask of me. It may be advantageous to have a friend like myself on your side to help with unexpected developments, particularly these days. I don't care about coin. I don't think you're gonna give me the weapon I need, so I may need your help in the future. I will wait. Certainly, you can find me here when you're ready. Forgive me, but I have matters to attend to now. I trust you know the way out. Farewell then, sir. I'll let you know when I have some more work for you. Very well. Right, there was an amulet that gave me 3 might. Again, I'm not really that interested in the money. Okay, after I visit this and finish the White House, what's it called, quest, I'll travel back to my castle and see what this adventurer wants from me. Tristan.
Well met, friend.
Let's say not yet. I wanna see if that pirate is gonna fight me, because yes, it's a pirate. It's obvious. A cook. There you are. If I wanted the company, I'd go to the Salty Mast. What is it this time? Someone at the old lighthouse in Audra's gift was looking for your help. Ship. What? Benwen raised an eyebrow. What's it look like? Good wine and little peace and quiet? Wait, no. I didn't peg you for a liar. Less not from what I've heard. She looked me over, narrowing her eyes. That's not, that don't mean I believe you. She leaned in her voice, a low hiss. You'd better explain what gave you such interesting notion. The last lighthouse keeper watched for your ship every day. It's so in the log. No, she turned me out. Snarl flashed of gold tooth. Right, she turned me out. We were poorer than the fishermen who live here. And when she learned I'd put food on our table with stolen coin, she told me that if she never saw me again, it'd be the mercy of the gods. I had nowhere else to go, and it was a rough life until I rose to captain. She ignored Adrian's advance to stay behind. I think she was waiting for you. She turned her eyes away. She was always so stubborn. I forget sometimes where I got it. She gulped down the rest of the wine. I'll go. Perhaps it will give both of us some peace. Will you stop taking my money, guys? 2 turns left for this. Okay, should I give him the medallion? Now that's something I wanted to ask. I'm gonna toss a die. Why can't I ask what kind of reward you're gonna give me if I give you the medallion itself?
Good day, stranger.
Right, on 4, 5 and 6 I'm keeping it. 1. Yes, give the medallion. If given my people a gift we could possibly repay, I will do the best I can though. He shoves a bag of coin into your hand. This is everything I have. Take it please. This isn't quite everything you have, is it? Of course. He slides the ring off his finger and shrugged off a fancy robe. This never really fit me anyway. Take it with my blessing. Okay, does that count for a turn? Nope. So you gave me a ring, hey? Cloak of many feathers. Right, we're gonna place all the artifacts in one guy's hand so we can read about them one by one. Starting with this, this, and this. We've actually read about this. Can I keep it in myself then? Pocket watch. This fancy pocket watch once belonged to Verzana. Great. DR14, that's actually quite good. Yeah, this is definitely better, but this looks nice. Okay, you go here. Large shield, fine sword, scale armor, helmet, armor, fine scale armor. Galpin wrecked. Right. Have we read about this guy? I don't remember. Apparently not. Okay. Homo was famed Alma, swashbuckler, and original wearer of this garment. She sailed from her homeland of Rai to the infamous Dreadfire Archipelago. There she escorted merchants and passenger ships throughout pirate-infested waters. Amongst her most frequent clients were the Nastaki dwarves, who ventured to the continents and the north, both personnel and tribal soldiers. Her fair dealings with bravery in combat and skill at sea made Kakura a loved and respected figure in the archipelago and amongst the Nasaki. Oh, that actually fits her well, doesn't it? I'm gonna let you have it. Now, place all the scrolls in my inventory. I mean, we'll probably use them at some point, but for now we're fine. Do you believe we are strong enough to take any enemy without those things? For now, there is still time. Cloak of many feathers. The cloak of many feathers are assembled over several generations in the same way that some Orlan followers of Yliel are known to devour birds and steal their songs. The members of the Orlan clan and their maiden foes have developed a coming-of-age ritual for young hunters. To prove his or her prowess, each young hunter was tasked with taking one of the great eagles to nearby mountains and retrieving a feather. The collected feathers were woven into a cloak, which would either be bestowed on the most skilled hunter of the tribe or on a rare occasion given to an honored ally. A few silver pins are scattered amongst the red, black and brown feathers of the cloak. The overall pattern brings to mind amur foliage. It feels light on the shoulders. Wow, that's one ugly cloak. Mostly because it doesn't look like it's real feather, it looks like something shiny that's painted that way. Dexterity and athletics you give. Endurance. You can keep the medallion for now. Not much of a difference really. And what do you give? Recovery rate, exceptional. Nice. Survival, enchanted. Pierce, crush, burn, stuff. Let's say that we make you damage resistance, you're exceptional. Let's say if we actually make you exceptional. It will require this, a sapphire, and Bitrix brain. At some point we are gonna gather some brains. Alright, let's go to the lighthouse and take a look at what we have there. Do hope we don't have to fight the ghosts. Okay, to Wanderer's Gift. And there's the lighthouse. Let's move. Any other quests or tasks? There's also this guy Code Cord. I'll need to take a look at that in a moment as well.
I'm on the trail.
Okay, good.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, there's nothing here now, so I guess I need to speak with Nihaa or whatever her name was. It's gonna be fine.
Well met, friend.
You'll never guess what happened. Nihaa pointed at the lighthouse. I was keeping an eye out for you. And who strolls down by the dock? Merwin herself. You should have seen the stares of the goat. But she walked right into the lighthouse, never a word to anyone. And just when I'm sure she met some awful fate in there, she strolled right out, still saying nothing to nobody. I'm hearing all sorts of rumors about Merwin and the last lighthouse keeper. I don't know what to believe it or not, but everyone else around here is convinced that the place is safe again. I've even got a construction crew ready to start work. Cool. 1,000 copper, party gain stuff. And I know I've got you to thank for it. Here, this is for you. Come back when the revenues are done. I've got bleak plans for this place. You sure you do. Master below. Right, let's go back to my castle. Kinda, how close are you to completing your quest? One more turn. Ah, close enough then. Good. I still need to rest as well. Great, everyone over here. Have we actually built the forum? No, it's still broken. Everything else seems fine though. You have to check what we are selling here and there. Anyway. My security is 30. Right. Let's read a book. Saint Weldwin, the farmer who became a god. It's a long story. Let's start. With the mention of the name Weldwin, most folk think only one word, Godhammer. Well, this event echoes throughout the ages and is still felt years after the destruction of Evar Dale's Breach, Weldwin's humble beginnings, Bale in the powerful force he would grow into. Weldwin lived an unassuming life in a remote area of Redcrease. The son of a Valar farmer, he toiled in the fields alongside his father for 22 years, until his father's death. The farm then fell to him to run. He considered selling, but he had no other skills upon which to draw, so he set out a path, Valar's farmer as well. Nothing of note has been recorded in the Weldwin's life until 4 years after his father's death. One day, while working in the fields, Weldon's life was irreversibly changed. In his words, night was filling the fingers of dusk already glittering the sky. The sun had dipped behind the world's edge, and stars were peeking from beyond the shroud. The day was still, and darkness that blanketed the field. I placed my last harvest of the day into the collection pile, when from behind me arose a brilliant light. I turned, fear in my breast, knowing not what could have caused such intense radiance. Behind me stood a bizarre figure, replacement in glory, its white flesh clothed in an innocent radiance, its head a blinding bow of light, bringer the highest sun of mid-Yar. I averted my gaze, afraid I would be struck down for daring to gaze upon such a creature. A sudden peace washed over me, sweeping away my fear, leaving me troubled so tranquil, and loving warmth wrapped in my arms around me. A voice spoke to me. I stood transfixed, trying to both see the glorious being and avoid its dazzling scurrility. Fear not, it said to me, for you are chosen above all others. You will be the light to bring about the rebirth of the Empire. It had held out in the hand and bestowed upon me a vision of a power, such that I could secretly contain it. Weldwin Dashaft the Dirty stumbled into the village the next morning, telling all who would listen about the miracle that happened in the fields. Eothas himself, he claimed, had appeared to him. He was post-Teandrian governor, who leading his people into ruin. A way would be provided, but these faithful who helped would be blessed when the defiance manifested. Villagers ignored him, convinced that the loss of his parents had broken his mind, but Weldon continued to preach to the power of Eothas, and then the corruption of the government, eventually earning him the ire of the locals, and confrontations with the villagers hit turning point one day in the mid-autumn. A crowd had begun gathering around Weldon, jeering him and telling him to leave the village. A Voros corpse that seized was particularly light, and the villagers blamed Weldon, saying he had angered the gods, particularly Eothas, with the blasphemy. They backed him into one of the Weldon's fields, yelling at him to go. Accounts of the incident action are hazy. Some say a stone was thrown, others say it was pushed, others say he simply tripped over the dry root sticking out from the ground. Regardless of the cost, Wilden landed face down on the ground, the villagers standing over him, laughing. Enough! A voice, not Wilden's, boomed across the field. Wilden looked up at the crowd, his eyes glowing with bright white light. He stood, but did not stand. One moment he was on the ground, the next he was standing before the crowd, who crowded him before him. "You dare deny me!" The voice spoke through Wilden's mouth. "You dare refuse my servant!" Wilden's arms raised, beginning to illuminate. "You dare require proof!" His arms went out with his side. "Never ask it again, lest you be burned to the light of the new dawn." There was a flash of light from Wilden's eyes and hands, and the entire field sprang to life. The once dried and brittle plants became full, lush, and vibrant. The crowd was silent. From somewhere in the black pack came a call, a praise Iotas, and then they all fell to their knees in front of Wilden. Farmer turned god. Cool. And this is where I'm going to end this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you all next time. Goodbye.